The channel members have gathered around. I'm Ken Napzok, and this is 20 Minutes of Coffee. A show that's sometimes 50, sometimes 52 minutes, sometimes 19. I don't know today what it's going to be. You're watching live. That means you're a channel member. Thank you very much for being a channel member here on YouTube. You get to do things like watch this live. Is that a super bonus? It's part of the package. It's part of the bonuses. You get to see my B studio. My wallet's too close to me. Look at this wallet. It's George Costanza levels. But here's the thing about I don't put this in my pants anymore. Giggity. That's what you get. You get the live interaction between me and my wallet. Or if you're a channel member, you also get to call in. You get to call in on the Blathering Live Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific will be our next show. I put this thumb up, and I like it. This is a placeholder thumb for our fun live show. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? We got channel members Michael McCarcel in chat. We got Kingsport Cal saying, I have people literally mowing my lawn right now. Sounds dirty. David McKay, peep in the eyes there. Peep in the eyes. I am sipping from my Stream Elements Store cup, the Team Zoc cup. Check it out. Get that in the links down below. I don't just want to advertise to you, though. I'm happy to be up. Happy to be up. And it is George Lucas's birthday today. And I just love typing in George Lucas, clicking on the images, and just seeing the wide range of images available. 80 years old, George Lucas, 80 years old. It's a weird thing, man. These people age in front of you that you follow your whole life. Like George, for me, this is the, where's the, I would say around this version of George Lucas is the George that I think he stopped aging at. Like this, when I think of George Lucas, I think this guy. And so, you're shocked when, oh, God, he's a human who ages. There's a lot of reasons to admire George Lucas, a lot of reasons to look up to George Lucas. To me, the rebel in a flannel kind of idea is what I gravitate to the most. A true artist, someone who's truly independent while also, being plugged into many different systems and understanding them. Coming out of the studio system, forming what ends up being a major company and studio itself. But in the end, doing it all his way, all the time. And being a man of principle. George Lucas, when he eventually steps off this planet, which I hope is never. I hope he's one of those 116-year-old guys. When he eventually steps off this planet, Star Wars will be his legacy. There's no escaping that. And I think at some point he maybe just leaned into that and was okay with that. I think you're seeing him trying to put other things out there like the LA-based Museum of Narrative Arts, which I can't wait to get to and can't wait to see. I think that's part of him saying, I hope I contributed more than just Star Wars, but just Star Wars is something to be proud of, because I think what will stand the test of time is what George put into those stories and what's taken out of those stories, and what I believe in my heart is in the new stories as well. Empathy, connection, symbiote circles, coming together to help everyone, fighting authoritarianism. Syllables aren't working today. What are you going to do? My tongue has to warm up. Authoritarianism. Fighting fascists. But understanding how that stuff happens. I think his politics are going to be in there as well because of Star Wars. But he just put a lot of good things into the world beyond Star Wars for me. I've become more appreciative of that as I've gotten older and as I've changed. And the pew, pew, pew of Star Wars has been replaced by the morality tale that Star Wars always was. It always to the point where I don't want to get too grumpy. I was grumpy recently over Kingsport Cow says Ken's drunk. No, I'm not drunk. I just got some coffee. I don't. Side note, I've become more public with this. I don't hear and see syllables and sounds as good as I'd like. And as I've gotten older, it seems to be more of a problem. So it's it's probably a form of dyslexia, I'm sure. I didn't really realize this till I was doing some VO stuff 4 or 5 years ago and realized how I just hear things wrong and I don't see them right. So sometimes when I'm trying to say a word that has a lot of syllables, authoritarianism, my mind shakes it up like a Scrabble. Anyways, thinking about George on his 80th birthday, hoping he's got some good folks around him. Hopefully he's content and happy, feeling healthy. I think there was a little bit of concern when he showed up at the Indiana Jones premiere, and he had a little bit of a lean and a shuffle. But then he had some appearances after that. It looked a little better, but there you go, aging. I'm feeling that today. But happy birthday to George Walton Lucas, who changed so many lives and has his own really interesting existence. Married with a kid now, late in life. Dated Linda Ronstadt for a long time. That I hope that shows up in the Ronstadt movie starring Selena Gomez. Has a bunch of impressions done of him, imitators. George Lucas Talk Show comes to mind with Connor Ratliff. Everyone's got a George Lucas. I've got a George Lucas. Anyways, happy birthday to George Lucas. Do you have a George Lucas memory or thought? I've only met him once, and I didn't meet him. Actually, I shouldn't say that's a lie. I didn't meet him. I passed him, as I've told you before, hanging out at the Grove. And when I was working, I was leaving work. And George was talking to someone, passed by me. We bumped shoulders. And it was fantastic. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to say hi. I couldn't. It was crowded. I didn't want to. I've spoken with his son, Jet. Great guy. Very low key. And I do know some people that know George, and they say only good things. They really do. That's a legacy thing, too. If you become that rich and that powerful and that successful, and George is all those things, you're going to have a long list of haters that come on out of the woodwork. And you're going to have a long list of, well, he yelled at me once and this and that. And I think a lot of that can be true of people, and we have to, analyze and recontextualize folks. Should not celebrate the troubled geniuses and the asshole geniuses. But I have not heard one story. And I know people that have worked with him or worked for him for decades. We're like, no, he is what you want him to be. Any problems that might come up with Lucasfilm, it's a company. Any problems back in the day, it's a company. It's a company of people. It's not necessarily him that caused any of the problems. He is good. So there you go. King's Forecast says, what? I didn't know that. Linda is fire. Yeah, Linda Ronstadt in the 80s, post his divorce and the messy divorce of Marsha Lucas. I think it was in the 80s, the late 80s. Everything else, state of the world, not looking good per usual. What is new? You got a bus crash with people dying. You've got the Trump trial, which is just like I've told you all. I'm paying attention to it with, I don't even know if one eye open. I'm just kind of side eyeing the Trump trial. Because my thought is still, No matter what happens here, the only way to defeat him will be at the ballot box. I'm going to say that time and time again because I believe that is the only thing that is true. And that you can't rely on bringing down this guy through these systems, because it might be a comment on our systems, but it is also just, I think, the best way to get him out of here. I do see the orcas sink another yacht in the Strait of Gibraltar. Nature's healing. That's what I think this is. I don't want anyone to die. I don't want these people on these yachts to die. I'm not one of those folks. But it is fascinating that we have continue to have a string of sea creatures, dolphins and orcas and bears, oh my, knocking over yachts. I love that nature is healing. We don't want these Richie Riches to get away with it. Whatever it is they're getting away with. Like I said, I do not want people to die. I am not one of those people that needs billionaires to be eradicated in terms of life. Maybe just share their money a little bit more. But I don't know. I might. Speaking of money, help me make a decision here today. I got paid for a comedy show. Oops, sharing the back end there. I got paid for a comedy show on Friday night. Thankful for it. I love it. No gigs in LA pay. But I have a little spending cash, tiny amount. So I'm thinking of tonight. I'm going to get back and play the lottery. Mega Millions. 5 seconds to an ad, by the way, if you're watching live. Powerball. I don't know. I'm feeling unlucky, and so because I'm feeling unlucky, I'm thinking I want to try to dive on in. What do you all think? I'm going to put it to vote here. This is what I do. I hang out with you all, and you guys decide my life. And if you're a channel member, you get to decide it live. If you watch later, King Sporkhouse says, I won $25 off a random scratch ticket the other day. That's a good sign. I could use $25. Can I turn my 10 into 25? I did win $10 about 2 months ago, but I usually put $10 down on whatever I'm playing, right? It's usually $10 down. Boom, let's do it. Let's see what it is. Michael McCarson says, buy one lottery ticket or just a nice scratcher. Will McLean says, go for it. I assume if content stops, you hit the jackpot. Jackpot. That's hilarious. Let's see. Let's check what it is tonight. Let's check. And I'll close with some serious. They must have had a winner or they hit the pin. It said the Powerball was a big number. Now it's not. Okay. So the big one is tonight, the Mega Millions. That's the big one tonight. Estimated cash value is $166 million. You can go for Powerball Wednesday, $59 million. Estimated $27 million. Kingsport House says, I bought a $1 ticket. Troy's here. I'm rooting for the orcas. I don't mess with the ocean. I don't mess with the ocean either. You're absolutely right, Troy. You were smart to not mess with the ocean. I've always said, if I can't see the bottom of the water, I'm not in it. And I don't like being above it. I'll fly over. I got no problem flying over the ocean. I don't want to be in that ocean. I grew up near the beach, man. I know the stories. Tragic stories that aren't even funny, but people going out there and, I'm dead. People getting whipped away. Tragic stories. I don't want that. You avoid that. Just watch the ocean. Just watch the ocean from afar. That's all you need. And now you got killer orcas, which, aren't they called killer whales? Aren't we playing with danger anyways? I used to have some killer whale stuffed animals. Michael McCarthy, going back to should Ken play the lottery? King Sporkhouse says if Ken wins the lottery, we know. Oh, if I win even $27 million, I'm not. Some of this stuff. You'll probably have more of this content. The reason I want to do more of this content, the reason I want to just wake up and sit on a live stream, in a beanie and a bathrobe every day, is because I got to actually go do some writing and get some money and pay rent. If I had 27 million in, I'd take the lump sum. That's the estimated lump sum, right? If I take that lump sum, I might do some of these broadcasts from like a cabin in Yosemite if I could, but I'll be here. Now, if I win the Mega Millions, 166 million, Kingsport Cal will know because I will fly to the Tri-Cities Airport and I'll have lunch at that Hooters with Cal in Johnson City. I'll bring him down from Kingsport. And I'll pick up the tab. You get the tip. David McKay says Cal will show up in a solid gold bathrobe. Yeah, absolutely. Michael McCarcel says, hell, I was in line at the gas station yesterday and the guy in front of me was buying some scratch-offs and was telling the cashier that he won a few thousand when he was young. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not concerned about I'm not concerned about the big one. Look, the Mega Millions is currently at 331 million. Again, cut that in half for taxes. There's 5 potential. No. If you hit 5, there's also a pool of 220,000. So even half that. That's good for the year. Mega, $3,800. Even if you half that, it gets me through the next month. You know what I mean? Michael McCarcel, going back to the ocean, says, my partner's an almost crippling fear of the ocean. I was very proud of her when she got in the water at the beach last week for our anniversary. Technically, it was the Gulf of Mexico, but still, that's fine. I know some ocean swimmers. God bless you. God bless you. Ain't for me. I go up to my ankles because I can still see it. Even my hometown beach, Pismo Beach, California. Laserbolt's here. Laserbolt, the big question today. Here's the Laserbolt. You're just joining us. Happy birthday, George Lucas, 80th birthday. Orcas are still attacking yachts. Should I play the lottery tonight? Mega Millions. Put $10 on Mega. If I win, I'm gonna fly because I have these you regulars here in 20 minutes of coffee. If I win the lottery, 166 million take home tonight, I'm flying to where every one of you are, and we're going to lunch. One at a time. Dave McKay, we'll knock him out last. You got to cross a lot of water. Kingsport Cal, Michael McCarcel, Will McLean, Troy, Laserbolt. I'm going to tell you what. Laserbolt and I will fly a drone together. I'm about ready to wrap this one up today. It's not going to be a 50-minute episode. I'm happy to hang out with all of you. Join us Wednesday for more. Don't forget also, I'm highlighted this. Young Guns movie commentaries up. I got to find time this week or next to do the Young Guns 2. And thanks to those who checked it out. I think Michael McCarcel in chat, I believe it was your first time seeing Young Guns with my dumb face. I think I also found a better way to shoot them too. I think we'll actually have video of Young Guns 2 when I do that. This, you just had a photo in my face. There you go. Dave McKay says, I know just the place. I think so. What I'm hearing is you all do want me to have a chance to win and take you all to lunch individually. I'm hearing you. As I wrap here today, and we had a lot of silly fun, I do want to... I just want to give a big, warm, virtual hug to all you out there. I think there's a lot of things going on. Some of us have good stuff going on in life. Some of us struggling through things. I saw a comment on an old video, the one with my therapist today, of one of our regular listeners who's saying, hey, I returned to this episode to listen to it because I'm going through some tough times. I was just sharing some messages this morning with some friends going through some tough times. And the tough times is coming from all angles here. We talk about how the news can get you going and get you scared. Kingsport Cal and Chad said he sometimes gets scared looking at the news, and that's not wrong. I sending a big warm hug to all of us out there. We are doing it. I did exchange a text message or two with a friend last week, and they said some they're checking in. I hadn't talked to them in a while, and she's doing great. I'm doing great. We did the old kind of sure, everything's great. But then it was like, yeah, but also things aren't, And she was like, yeah, I think it's going around for everyone, especially in LA right now. A lot of transition in the industry, a lot of stuff going on. But she says, but we're surviving. We're surviving. And that's something that should be looked at. And I hope all of you out there are surviving or can find that one thing to hold on to that shows that you are surviving. Then you get to the next day. And if you're in a position right now where you're feeling pretty good, I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about status or position in life. I'm saying if you're just emotionally in a good spot, and because we all have those upswings, look around for those that are in the downswings. I try to I'm not a hero here, man, but I try every once in a while to send some text to people. Hey, thinking of you. Hey, this is going on. How are you? I know that was going on. Get through. Here's a silly joke. I got one friend who's going with something, going through something real tough right now. Real tough in his family. And there's nothing I can do other than just to be present when they need you to be present. And we're all going through it. Look around. And if you're the one going through it, it's hard to look around. But maybe look at others too. And maybe look for those who are there to help. I'm still fighting through a lot of things. This year has continued to be a struggle. I don't know again where the rent money's coming from type of situation.
Together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Darth Vader just that's funny. Here I am trying having a talk. I love the internet. I'm trying to help. I'm going through it again. Here's Darth Vader. New channel, new member, new sub. I love that. Love that. It's amazing. Hey everybody. So that's a reminder here. I'm struggling through. This year's been tough. I don't know where rent money's coming. I'm working hard on a project, but it's not going. It's going okay, but it's slow going, and the money doesn't come in, and that's me. And I'm just like 2 or 3 months ago, I collapsed in on myself because of that stuff. And I think now I'm trying to not collapse in on myself. I'm trying to look where other places I could be. Michael McCarson says, too real. I'm doing my best, but things are still rough. I'm definitely grateful to the people in my life, and I do my best to be there for them. Yeah. And that's good. Yeah, Dave McKay's right. Darth Vader's right. Together we can rule the galaxy. Thank you, David McKay. You should be hosting this show. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Together, man. That's the Star Wars. Bringing it back to George Lucas. And it's not. Rise of Skywalker is not George Lucas's film. 7, 8, 9 are not George Lucas's films. I know some of them, his opinions on them, and some of them are very positive. People don't want to accept that either, but that's a different conversation. But that connection theme in Rise of Skywalker, they win by making us think we're alone and that there's more of us, Poe. There's more of us, Poe. That's why those lines move me. Connection. Help other people. Figure it out. And when Darth Vader shows up, you listen to Darth Vader. Darth Vader's got some good messages. Thank you all for hanging out. It was too funny. Too funny indeed, Kings for Cal. I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. I can $10 ain't going to make or break my rent. I'm going to go put some hope into a paper ticket with some numbers randomly generated from some 7-Eleven computer and figure this out. Thanks for being channel members. Thanks for hanging out with this weirdo in a bathrobe. A lot of fun. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. See you Thursday night, the Blathering Live. A lot of fun there.